Hey Virgo, I hope y'all can hear me. I'm using headphones because it is basically 2 o'clock in the morning. I really hope this is loud enough because nobody has time to be recording and then we can't even hear nothing. Okay, so past energy. The future has a lot in store. I am still pregnant, 40 weeks and 4 days as of this recording. I'm so ready to not be pregnant. I'm ready to see him. I don't understand what he's waiting on. He's doing very well. He's very healthy. He's just not ready to come out yet. So yeah, that's the update on my little baby cub. All right, so the energy for your July, we know it's going to be Cancer season and it's going to lead into Leo season, which means we're getting very close to your season, Virgo. This month is going to be full of human experiences, whether it's human interactions, life, birth. Why did I say birth? I didn't mean birth, but for some of you, I guess so. Death, sexual encounters, transformation within your human interactions. So this is going to be a very interesting month for a lot of you. I think it's going to be a very forceful month. It's not going to be as easygoing for some of you than it is for others, obviously, because everyone has different lifestyles, mindsets, placements, all of that good stuff. So when we're starting off in the past energy, what you were dealing with is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So right off the bat, I do feel like this means some of you are going back on journeys that you had already left behind. And then for some of you, it's more about finances. Like maybe you were having some issues with determining how to spend correctly. There were lots of possibilities with spending. So financially, it looks like things are a little chaotic, but not chaotic in a bad way, but it's just chaotic in a way that as a Virgo, you probably would want more structure for yourself. Like you have money, but you don't have as much as you would like to spend as freely as you would like to. And you have a lot of possibilities that you could put money into, but it's just not secure enough for your Virgo mindset, right? What else is this dealing with? Ace of Pentacles and Death card in reverse. You had a journey that you could have been going on, but instead of you taking that, you didn't because you were not willing to do the necessary changes that it required. So for some of you, it could be as practical as a new job, a job that would have been better for you, better suit for you, but you were unwilling to quit the job that you're at, or you didn't want to move, or you didn't want to do something that it took to move on to that next job. It could have also been there was a new journey just in general as far as like life on a bigger scheme of things. And again, you were not willing to do the necessary changes in order to embark on that journey. So whether that's leaving someone alone in your past, admitting and being honest with yourself and not being in denial, for some of you that's an issue as well. So it's just a mixture of all of that. Yeah, we got the Hermit card in reverse here. So you're not trusting your intuition. You're also not using your wisdom to the best of its ability. And then for some of you, you're just not feeling as Virgo-like as you should. I feel like you're not secure within your plans. Like you feel like your plans are not secure. And that can be an awkward place for a Virgo, especially because you don't really want to have pop-ups. You know what I mean? Like if you do have pop-ups, you want to at least have something that can combat anything that you didn't plan for. You want something to be structured, and I feel like a lot of you are not trusting the foundations that you're building for yourself, but it looks like it's because a lot of you had issues with letting something go or doing or changing something, transforming something so that you can actually move in the direction that you want to, that you need to move in. So yeah, let me see if this is dealing with anyone in particular. We got Nine of Wands, so this is more about you, I would say. And if it is a sign, it could be a Sagittarius. But I think this is more about you being afraid of moving up or moving to something bigger and better. You are afraid to open your horizons. You're afraid to embark on those journeys, and that could be for multiple reasons, but I think it comes down to you essentially. What are you willing to change in order to receive the abundance that universe has to offer you, even if you don't know what that is just at the moment. You don't really know what you want right now, and I think universe has a plan for you, but you're not willing to take it because you don't see the plan itself. You don't see the plan, so you feel like there is no plan to embark on. But in all actuality, you have all of these signs showing you, okay, hey, go this way, do this, do that, and you're just not necessarily taking those signs. So what is advice for this past influences that have been weighing Virgo down? What advice from Spirit can be told to move past this successfully? Okay, we got the Three of Swords. So this is about letting bygones be bygones. You need to let things go. You need to allow yourself to heal and move forward. I think a lot of you have went through the hardest part of something and you're having trouble moving on, but you just have to. It's just like it's a mental thing. I don't think it's anything that's physically holding you back. I don't think that you have anything to really worry about except for yourself. At this point, you're holding yourself back. So you need to mentally get on track so that you can make the movements that you need to make. And that's probably what this month is going to be about for you, being that it is about transformation in life. So you may have some big transformations in your life that are stemming from this past energy that you are moving away from. Alrighty. Ooh, I'm out of breath. So in your present, so during your July right now, what is happening? We have the Three of Swords in reverse. So again, this Three of Swords energy is kind of migrating with you, but we have it in reverse. So this is a little bit different. When you have the Three of Swords in reverse, it's more about you seeing that you've been through the hardest part and now it's time to move forward. So for most of you in your past, you didn't know what to do in order to move forward. The advice was for you to just let it go. Now being your July, the whole essence, the whole energy of your July is, okay, you know you've been through the hardest part, now we're moving forward. What's the aftermath of all of the destruction that has been caused? Now you're living in that, and it sounds worse than what it really is to be living in the aftermath of destruction, but in all actuality, the worst of the storm has already passed. So now you're planning, you're thinking about the future, you're organizing things, you're restructuring, and that's what Virgo does. So really, you're going to be in a mind state that you are familiar with, that you are comfortable with. The only thing that might make you feel a little less than uncomfortable is the fact that it's your life, that you're going to be having a structure, and for some of you that can feel, I almost feel like claustrophobic. Like you're going to be feeling like very anxious, like, oh my gosh, okay, let me get this together. Like just kind of antsy. But again, I do think you're going to be feeling more comfortable in the fact that you have something to plan for, you have something to organize, you have something to move towards. All right, so right off the bat, some of you could have been dealing with secrets and lies, but more specifically secrets and cheating with someone. Or someone may have done this to you. And for other Virgos, this could just have something to do with you having to become more solo just because you felt like you needed to retreat into yourself is what I'm feeling. So a lot of you could have felt lonely, like you felt detached from your social life. Maybe you felt like you couldn't go to anyone. Maybe you'll have a mental shutdown for some of you. I feel like just a very isolated type of energy. So that was the hardest part. Now, some of you will be going through that in your July, and that'll be how you're figuring out your wisdom and how to transform things for yourself. That hermit energy in a nutshell, but it's going to be kind of rough for you. Now, other Virgos, you have already went through this in your past, and now you're learning to move on from that mindset. You're learning to move on from feeling disconnected, feeling isolated, not wanting to be around anyone, holding in secrets, holding in feelings, not expressing yourself. This is what this energy is all about. In your present, let's see. Yeah, bottom of the deck, we do have the Wheel of Fortune. So karmic changes, maybe even some karmic payoff. That's the word I'm hearing. Karmic payoff. Things changing. So I don't think it's going to be as lonely as it has been, or even if it is still lonely for you, your mind state might be a little bit different. Maybe it'll feel better. Maybe you'll reap some benefits of some seeds that you had planted a while back, and you're rewarded for whatever it is that you did in the past. It's like something comes into the picture. What is this Wheel of Fortune energy showing up for? Five of Swords. Okay, so maybe some discussion that needs to be had with someone that you are having all of these issues from. Maybe you finally get to tell your piece of the story. Maybe you finally get to air out how you feel. And some of you are feeling lackluster in the emotions department. And I think you'll be able to express that to someone. But I think in doing that, you'll also be able to decipher what's important to you, what matters to you. And for some of you, that could very well be Two of Cups. That could be your love life. That could be you wanting to be comfortable in your love life. So yeah, so for a lot of you, this could be very deep as far as your love life, your relationship goes. Some of you may see that in order to have peace with yourself, and what matters more to you is being comfortable, even if it means not being in a relationship in love. Like maybe you want to be in love with yourself because you feel like you haven't been receiving that as of late. Or maybe you feel like you've been off of your A game. That's what I'm seeing with this. So it really depends on your situation, but I do feel like for the most part it's going to be prioritizing and changing what is the priority for this time in your life. It's going to have a big impact on what comes, you know what I'm saying? So for those of you who are dealing with relationships in this area of your July, let's see who this could be dealing with. What signs is Virgo dealing with, if any? We got Princess of Cups, so that is autumn, so that would be Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. That is what, those are the three signs coming out: Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. Okay, now let's see what advice can I give you guys for if you're dealing with a love situation in that department. How can Virgo move from this isolation to being comfortable and being confident with who they are? We got the World card, which is Saturn. And this is essentially about letting things unfold. Now, Saturn is all about, like I said, time. It comes with challenges that lead to learning experiences because, you know, there's just so much that you can learn in time, experience, basically. So for a lot of you, you're just going to kind of have to go through the challenge in order to understand the lesson behind it. And also, you could learn something that changes your life for years, you know, something that has a huge impact on your life. But it's all about just keeping up that effort of knowing that the storm will be over eventually. Okay, so kind of just keep your head up. Also, the World card means that things have come full circle for you. So a lot of you, you are at the, you know, the home stretch of this cycle that's been happening. You just have to believe that it'll be over soon. So like I said, don't give up, even if it has been going on for years. It's something that's starting to transform. It's in the process of transforming. So it is already changing. You just have to be willing to go through the fire and keep your head up. All right, so let's go ahead and move to your future. Now we got 3 cards for your future. So the energy is going to be very heavy, most likely during your August. Maybe because some of you are Leo Virgo cusp like me, or maybe because you are just a Virgo at the very end of August. There will be a lot of things happening because it is the start of Virgo season at the end of August. So we have the 4 of Wands. So the first piece of energy we do have, this is a happy home life. This is socializing. This is having a good time around others. I'm trying to see what their light is. You know, so this is a good time. After that, we have the 8 of Swords. So this is kind of like breaking free from certain emotional bondages, mental things that have been holding you back, and kind of like not being your own worst enemy anymore. So instead of you putting yourself down or you being the person who is holding you back, you're learning how to use your best assets for your greater good. And then we have the World card in reverse. So the World card in reverse, it is an energy of not completing something. Like you are almost at the finish line, but you have not yet learned or mastered something that you need in order to get past this finish line, so to speak. So in combination with all 3 of these things, I would say you have made progression in being able to socialize again, being able to integrate yourself with other people instead of isolating yourself. You have learned how to break free of your mental chains. You have learned how to kind of get out of this depression that I feel like some of you are in. The only problem is there's one thing that you're still not letting go of. Remember, in the past energy, we had the Scorpio card, the Death card in reverse. So there's something, there's a habit, there's a person. Could be a Scorpio, definitely, because we did have Scorpio here, and with this Autumn card, they seem pretty consistent. There's something you're not letting go of. So first, let's see, what are we not letting go of? What is Virgo in the future? What is preventing them from being able to move forward? Okay, so one, you're not being patient about something, you're trying to rush something. And this card is definitely kind of like the crash dummy card. So this could represent your energy. You wanting to have things done in a rushed manner, or you want things done right away, and the things that need to happen, or the healing process, it takes longer than that. It's about time, which is the Saturn card that we had here, remember? It's about time. So sometimes you have to wait things out. And so that's kind of the issue here. This could also be involving someone who's younger than you, or more immature, that pops up in your life, or is in your life, and they tend to take you off course, even though you know that what they're doing is probably not the best thing. Okay. This could also definitely be a Sagittarius, because we have the Temperance card in reverse here. That could be that person that is causing this in your life. And remember, we do have Sagittarius here with the Autumn card, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that. Let's go ahead and get some clarity. What signs, if any, is this person that is affecting Virgo? Whoa. We got 3 cards. The first one is the 3 of Cups. So this could be a Cancer in your life, or someone that had something to do with some infidelity issues as well, for very few of you. 8 of Wands, Sagittarius is here again. And then we have Pluto, which is Judgment, which is the Scorpio card. So it's someone that you need to determine, do you need to get rid of this person or not? And it's someone that you constantly think about this, or it's someone who throughout the years you have debated, does this person need to be in my life or not? Scorpio is definitely coming up strong in this reading. Sagittarius is as well. We do have Cancer here, so that's the first time it's popped up, so maybe it has something to do with someone you met in Cancer season, if this is a new person. But for majority, I do think this is a person that has been a part of your life or attached to you in some type of way for a while now. Now, for those of you who are not going through anything related to a relationship, what I'm seeing about this is you want change, but you don't want to do what it takes to get it. And I know I keep saying that, but the Pluto card is kind of jumping out here, and it's like Pluto doesn't care about your emotions. It doesn't care about your feelings. It's very forceful, and it'll take things away from you that you didn't even know you wanted. And it has a way of kind of making you go through something. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't. Like I said, it's transformational as fuck, and it's a heavy type of energy, even though it's a small planet. And I feel like you want the change, but you're not willing to do what it takes, and that is a very easy way to get Pluto to push something out of the way, especially in conjunction with Saturn. So there will be challenges in getting to that next step for you. A lot of it has to deal with connections. I don't know if you're having issues with connecting with certain people, or if it's just a situation of emotionally you're just not ready for the transformation that you think you deserve. So that'll be interesting to figure out. Now let's see if there's any information on what this social energy is talking about with the 4 of Wands. Where is this coming from? So we can get some good news in the picture. So we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. So if you've been struggling with your finances, it seems like things are going to get better for you. Things are going to be looking a lot more bright for you in August, or even after that. So yeah, and if you have been having issues with yourself, or just getting out or feeling happy, then this is an indication that things are going to get better. Also, if this is about your home life or stability in itself, things are going to be better for you. And this could also be talking about a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, but I think it's more about what I said before. Okay, so that's good news. Last but not least, let's see what advice I can give you in order to get through this time. What does Virgo need to do to be successful in the coming months, in the future, dealing with things that are showing up? So we got two cards. We got King of Wands, which is cardinal fire, so that's Aries energy, in combination with Virgo, the Hermit. So one, you need to get in touch with your inner wisdom, and you need to use it whenever you feel the need to tap into your inner wisdom. So instead of running away from the wisdom that you know you have, instead of running away from that angelic voice that guides you, you need to use it, Virgo, because that's why you have it. And then King of Wands, cardinal fire. This is Aries energy. So this is kind of about doing things that benefit you, no matter who knows, no matter who cares, no matter what anyone else has to say about it. You need to think about yourself first. It's kind of like a selfish energy. That's kind of what Aries is about, thyself. But in the same way, it's empowering. So you need to kind of empower yourself and stop limiting yourself based on maybe what others want for you, or just what you think you're supposed to do for other people, because that tends to be a fault for Virgo. And like I always tell you guys, Virgos attract people who will take. And there's just certain signs where that's what it's all about, because you guys are nurturing. Even if you're the meanest person on earth, you will encounter people who will try to take from you, or they will try to at least steal things from you that make you that angelic person, that make you the person of help, of giving, whatever. So you need to be very careful of that. There could also be an Aries in your life that can give you a boost and kind of a sense of encouragement during this time in the future. So that is it for you guys. I think this reading was very detailed and it seems very pinpointed. So if you felt like I was talking to you, then I probably was. This is a general reading, so if this did not resonate with you, then there's other readings that you can watch, there's other readers you can watch. But also realize you are not just your sun sign. So if you're trying to deal with something with emotions, you need to look into your moon sign. If you're looking for something of love directly related to your relationships, you may want to look into your natal chart and see what sign is in the house of your 7th house, because that deals with relationships and things of that nature. So keep that in mind. For the most part, this is what's going to be happening for Virgo in July 2019. I hope that it resonated with you, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.